All right, guys, we are back with another hat format semifinal slash top four at Epic Cards and Games in Hurst, Texas. We got myself on the left playing Sylvans versus Nate on the right playing Wind Up Artifacts. So this is a rematch from the Swiss rounds. I beat Nate round one, and he made it all the way back to the semis. I think I was the only person who beat him. While I also went X1, I actually only lost the last round of Swiss to Jimmy's Girgia deck. So who will get back to the finals? I've currently have tied for the most wins on the channel in hat format with 4, with Dennis Nadas, YCS champion. While Nate has won once in hat with spellbooks, but he switched to windups, so we'll see if he can take windups to the finals here. So I start off by activating the field spell. The field spell's effect is you can send a plant type monster from your hand or face up from your side of the field to put any Sylvan card on top of your deck. So I put the red tree on top, and I most likely set the red mushroom here. Now, Nate's going to summon Wind-Up Warrior. XYZ summon with Rabbit and Warrior into... He makes the Rabbit a 4. And he goes for Diamond Dire Wolf. Diamond Dire Wolf's effect is you can detach material, target one Beast Warrior, Winged Beast monster you control, and then any other card on the field, destroy both. So he destroys my red mushroom, destroys Diamond Dire Wolf itself. Alright, let's see. This tournament was 4 rounds of Swiss, cut the top 8. Here comes Soul Charge! So Soul Charge's effect is target any number of monsters in your graveyard, special summon them, and if you do, you take 1,000 for each. You cannot conduct your battle phase a turn use Soul Charge, and you can activate 1 Soul Charge per turn. Funny that Nate is activating Soul Charge because he hates Soul Charge decks, but here he is activating Soul Charge. Alright, so I use the field spell. The field spell has a second effect during your opponent's turn. You can excavate the top card of your deck if it's a plant. If it's not a plant, you either A, keep it on top or the bottom of the deck. So the red tree, when it's excavated, you can look at the top 3 cards of your deck and rearrange them in any order. So I go Upstart into Charity, and Sylvan Charity's effect is draw 3 cards, then put 2 back on top of your deck with at least one of them being a Sylvan card. You can only activate 1 Charity per turn. Alright, let's see. Who will get back to the finals? This is also the last tournament of 2024. I'm just so behind on the hat videos. I'm trying to catch up. I'll probably catch up here in a few weeks once I go to RBTLA and Alright, so Nate ignitions his Beagle attack and then special summons Moral attack. So yeah, ignition is basically an MST, except you had to have an artifact in your deck. So he ignitions his Beagle attack. Beagle attack gets destroyed, special summons itself, pops his Moral attack that he set with ignition, and then pop my field spell. And then now I go Lone Fire, Tribute Lone Fire. He chains Maxi to Lone Fire's effect. I get the red tree out. So did he draw? I think he drew off the Maxi. So what do I do now? Nate's got a full board. If I leave that red tree up, he's just going to make Volcasaurus. So here he Trap Trick Trap Hole Nightmares my red tree. Yeah, it's not looking good for your hero. I'm looking at my extra deck. Do I have Miracle Furt or Soul Charge? But Nate is going to draw cards thanks to Maxi. So the red tree's effect is, once per turn, you can excavate the top card of your deck. If it's a plant-type monster, you draw 1 card. Now, the trap card that Nate used says, if a monster that was special summoned this turn uses its effect, negate that effect, and if you do, destroy that card. So here comes my own Soul Charge. So I think I remember what happened here. I'm going to make Heliopolis, and I'm going to blow up Nate's board. Yeah, he's going to draw 2 cards off the Maxi, but if I don't get rid of his board, especially his level 5 monsters, I think I'm going to lose. Just based off my hand. And I'm drawing cards, so it's not like the end of the world. I still have Spore, so I have a follow-up play for next turn. Yeah, I'm just trying to wipe his board. So I go Heliopolis. Effect of Heliopolis. That one's effect is you contribute monsters from your hand or face up from your side of the field to destroy any cards on the field equal to the number of monsters you attributed. So he's going to draw the 3rd card. So this is why I did this. Now he has to chain Rabbit before because Heliopolis doesn't target. So that was the game plan. I'm just going to wipe his board and pass. And here he brings back the Warrior and summons Rat. Now I have Chalice. So I could, if I Chalice the Rat, he's just going to use Warrior and make a rank 4. So that's why I'm kind of like, So here he's going to rabbit, banish the rat. I could have challenged the warrior, but I'm going to let him make 101. There was a lot of stuff I could have done, but I could have also summoned the Heliopolis in defense mode. What's Heliopolis defense? So he goes... So here I challenge the 101. Let me go look at Heliopolis defense. So now Nate sets 3. I actually don't know Heliopolis' defense. Heliopolis. All right. So Nate's got 3 back rows. And here comes Sanctum. It's 2400 defense. I could have brought it out in defense mode. Doesn't matter. He has Sanctum. So Sanctum special summons an artifact from your deck, and Moral Tech. All the artifacts have these effects. For those of you guys who are new to hat format, they're monsters that you can set to your spell and trap zone. And if they're destroyed in your spell and trap zone during your opponent's turn, they special summon themselves. And if they're special summoned during your opponent's turn, their effects activate. So here it looks like I'm going to use Curry Bandit's effect. Okay, so I'm triggering Princess and Sage Koya. So I'm going to go over what happens here. So Curry Bandit's effect is during the turn it's normal summoned. During your end phase, you contribute it to excavate the top 5 cards of your deck. Out of those 5, you add 1 spell or trap to your hand. I hit a Princess. Princess, when it's excavated, you can special summon it from your graveyard. Declare level 1 through 8. It becomes 1 level. It becomes that level. And Sage Koya, you can special summon it from your hand when a Sylvan... I believe when a Sylvan is sent to the graveyard, except during the damage step. But it can miss timing, so you got to be careful with the Sage. So I was just trying to live, but it didn't matter. Nate got it. So Nate takes game 1. Now, Nate beat me game 1 in the Swiss rounds as well, because, again, we played round 1. So, and I pulled off the Legacy 2-0 in Swiss, which I wasn't worried. Like, when Nate beat me game 1, I was like, okay, my side deck is much better against his deck than... Like, his deck is already built to beat mine game 1. So, he's even main deck in Max C. Like, his deck, game 1, I would say he might be favored with Max C, Ignition, Sanctum, but game 2 and 3, it's a little bit more balanced. Now I have Rivalry in my deck. I have Flying Sea. So yeah, I'm not too worried because that's the exact same thing that happened in round 1. He beat me game 1. All right, let's see. Here comes Field Spell. Set probably the red mushroom and pass to Nate. So my hand's a little slow again. Now again, this was the final tournament of 2024. Now, Nate sets 5 and passes. End phase Field Spell. Hit the mushroom. Martial Leaf, when it's excavated, it pops a monster. But there's no monsters on the field, so that one's not going to activate. So here comes Upstart number 2. Leaving Nate at 10k. Here comes Charity again. So, some of you know I'm always rooting for somebody in every match. And this time, honestly, I'm fine either way. This is like... I feel no pressure. It's like, if I win, I win. Even though I am trying to break that, it'd be nice to have the most wins in hat format. But I'm also fine if Nate wins because I would love to see windups in the finals. So we'll see. Even though I've made the finals in hat 6 times, Dennis has actually made the finals more than I have. And he's played way less hat than I have. Because I've played in almost all the hat tournaments. Well, Dennis made 7 finals in hat, which is ridiculous. All right, so here he activates Double Cyclone, which is basically an MST, except you target 1 spell you control and 1 your opponent controls. Pops his Moral Attack. Moral Attack special summons itself and pops my Lone Fire. All right, we're at 8k to 10k. He's got Rabbit and a few other cards. Now, Moral Attack is going to attack over my Mushroom for 2k, so leaving me at 6k to 10k. Yeah, I'm having to use pen and paper to keep track of life points because I'm using my other phone to film the other semifinals match, which is Dark World versus Constellars. I just realized this. In this tournament, we had 2 rematches from the Swiss rounds. I don't know if that's ever happened. Yeah, because Nate and I played round 1 and it was on camera. And then Robert and John played round 3 and they got paired again in the semifinals. So for Besides Sylvan, Dark World, Constellar, and Windups aren't traditional hat decks. So here I Miracle for Lone Fire. Tribute Lone Fire, I have to. It's like the only plant. I get the red tree out with Miracle Furt. Here, Nate Bottomless is my red tree. And now here comes second Miracle Furt. So I have to get the Lone Fire again, which is not good. I get a second red tree. Does Nate have a response to my second red tree? Because he stopped the first one with Bottomless. Okay. Attack over more. So he has nothing. All right, so he's going to take 600. After I triple up started him. So we're at 10,400 to 6,000. Did I not use the red trees effect? Did I forget? Oh, it must not have been a plant. I must not hit a plant. All right, so now Nate summons Magician. I have DD Crow in my hand. Reveal Shark, and I chain Rivalry to Shark. Now, I could have let Shark hit the board, but then I'm guessing, will Magician still activate? Can Magician activate? See, this Rivalry is such a weird card. Ah, God, I hate it. Like, let's say if I let the Shark hit the field, can he get Wind Up Rabbit? I don't know. I don't know if this is correct. I had the same issue when Nate and I played round one. I really need to figure out Rivalry. There's actually another thing that came up with Rivalry in a later tournament. I think it was 2 weeks after this, so we're not going to see that for a while, but stay tuned. Something that came up. All right, so I attack over his Magician. All right, now Nate sent a monster and passes. Come on, plant. No plant. Yeah, that's the red trees effect. You can excavate the top card of your deck. If it's a plant type monster, you draw one card. It's the heart. I think it's the heart and soul of this deck. So that's how this deck wins. It's just red tree, drawing plants. I have Flying Sea for Nate as well. All right, so we're 6,056. Red tree. Finally hit a plant. Now, I don't want to hit Lone Fire, but I think I just drew a Miracle Furt. Yeah, I just drew a Miracle Furt off the red tree. Here comes Furt. Bring back Lone Fire. So I had to do this. I did draw all three Miracle Furts, but look at my deck, though. I've gone through a lot of cards. And here he Nightmares my Lone Fire. Attack him directly for 27, leaving him at 29. I have Flying Sea, so let's see. Now he sets one, passes. Red tree effect again, no plant. Summon Marshall Leaf. Excavate the top two. Yeah, the Marshall Leaf, when it's normal summon, you can excavate the top two cards of your deck. The plants get excavated, the rest go to the bottom of the deck. So Princess, I can't activate Princess, but right here, I think I'm playing around Needle Sealing. I have the read, his back row is Needle Sealing. So that's why I decided not to summon the Princess. I could have, but yeah, I'm playing around Needle Sealing. I think that's why he set the rabbit. Is another reason I had the read. Good read by me right there. I think another reason why I'm reading Needle Sealing is because Nate and I have faced a few times with this deck. So I think a previous match he got me with Needle Sealing. So this time I'm more prepared for it. All right, so Sylvan Charity put the Flying Sea and the other card on top. So I'm trying to go for game. He Sanctums. He's going to bring out Moral Attack and probably... Oh, Beagle Talk. Okay, Beagle Talk. Nate's on the green sleeves. I like green sleeves. Okay, so Beagle Talk, pop his Moral Attack. Moral Attack's going to special summon itself. I let it go. Now, he brought out Moral Attack in defense mode. Can I not run over Moral Attack with Mushroom? Should he have summoned it in... What's Moral Attack's defense? Yeah, maybe he should have brought out an attack mode. I think I can run it over. So here he's going to pop my moral attack. And since a Sylvan was sent to the graveyard, I'm a special summon Sage Coil from my hand. See, I think Nate should have brought it out in attack mode. Now I attack the moral attack, and here Nate's going to Needle Ceiling. The read. I read the Needle Ceiling. And now I have another Sage Coil in my hand, and I'm attacking for game. I don't think it's once per turn, right? I remember Patino was watching, so he's a judge, and he's sitting right next to us, so at least I have a witness. I believe you can do it more than once per turn. All right, so game 3. Will I pull off the Legacy 2-0 and get to my 7th finals in hat? We'll see. Nate starts off by Rabbit, setting 5. Here comes Lone Fire. Unfortunately, Heavy Storm, Giant Trunade, and Wave are all banned. So here he Moral Attack, pops my Lone Fire. Now I activate Upstart. Activate Sylvan Charity. Yeah, this is rough. It's hard to beat this deck. Any hat deck. I mean, this is a hat deck. He's playing the hat engine, the artifact engine. It's just hard to beat that engine when they go first and do this to you. I can sometimes fight out of it with like Rivalry, but it's rough. All right, so I'm putting back Martial Leaf and the Field Spell on top of my deck. Activate the Field Spell. So I'm activating this Field Spell just to try and excavate cards. So Nate knows I put the Martial Leaf on top. So I must not have... Okay, I have a Lone Fire, I have a Sage... I have a bunch of plants in my hand. So he attacks me with both, leaving me at 35. So end phase Field Spell. Hit the Martial Leaf. He's going to chain Rabbit. It doesn't matter. It doesn't target, so... Yeah, him chaining the Rabbit here doesn't matter. I'm going to pop the Moral Attack, yep. So, I could have revealed Sage Koya, but I chose not to. Here comes Lone Fire. If I do have Sage Koya, I probably should have triggered it here. Okay, so what else you got, Nate? No, you can't. Your field is clogged. You have to ignition your own card. Oh, no, I should have sharked him. Okay, so here comes Sanctum. And yeah, I'm already anticipating you're going to get rid of my field spell. Now he can use his ignition if he wants to. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember what was going on. Okay, so Sylvan Charity, draw 3. Put back the Mushroom and the Sylvania on top. And I do have a Sage. Okay, so I could have special summoned the Sage during... I don't remember why. I can't really tell the rest of my hand, but I could have summoned the Sage Koya during Nate's turn. I'm not saying it was correct. I really can't see the rest of my hand, and this tournament was like 3 weeks ago, so I can't remember exactly my thought process, but let's just say I could have special summoned the Sage if I wanted to, but I chose not to. And now I am dead. Because, yeah, so I should have probably summoned the Sage. I'm not saying I was going to win, but it would have been a completely different situation now. Yeah, he opened all 3 Sanctums, debunks. Okay, he could have debunked my Sage, so it didn't matter. I was not winning that game. Yeah, there was nothing I could have done. So congrats to Nate, taking windups to the finals. I couldn't pull off the Legacy 2-0 this time. Nate got me. And yeah, we'll see. He's going to face the winner of Dark World and Artifact Constellars. There's other semifinals matchup. That one's going to be up soon. I'm rooting for... I mean, I already know what happens, but I'm rooting for Dark World versus Windup. We'll see if Robert can pull it off. Also, check out the link in the description. I have a coupon code for 5% off Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles and product at Epic Cards and Games. The code's my first and last name, Oscar Zelaya, one word, all caps. And yep, I'll see all of you guys next time.